Alright, so this is the fourth video for Practical Term Sheet 1, Week 1. This is going to be planes. Planes just means a section or how a body is cut, okay? So let's just go down the list. First, we have sagittal. Sagittal or mid-sagittal, they're kind of the same thing, but it just means up and down or completely vertical. So for example, I have my little eggs here to help me out. Mid-sagittal is going to be up and down along the middle. So here is mid-sagittal. Okay, oh, I erased some of him. But this is going to be a mid-sagittal section. So in other words, I'd be separating the right half from the left half. That's a mid-sagittal section. Next here we have frontal or coronal. So a frontal section is going to be separating the front half of something from the back half of something. This is also referred to as coronal. So for example, here's my little egg looking to the side. So a frontal section for him would be like this. This is his front half, this is his back half. Or if you can imagine, he'd be cut somewhere, along here. I always say, imagine if you were coming at somebody with, a chainsaw, right? If I wanted to cut you mid-sagittally, I would cut you down the middle. If I wanted to do a frontal section, you would cut me down this way if you're a crazy person. Moving on, we have transverse or horizontal section. So transverse or horizontal, as you might imagine, straight across, okay? And it's going to be straight. If you are a little bit wonky, we call that something else. We call it oblique. Okay, that's going to be your oblique section. So sometimes oblique sections are useful so that you can get different organs in a section that you're cutting. Transverse and horizontal is going to be separating just your top half from your left half. And you can cut anywhere and it can be transverse. So I can cut up here, that's considered to be transverse. I can cut down here, that's considered to be transverse. For a frontal section or a coronal section, I can cut here and that's considered a frontal or coronal. I can cut here, that's considered a frontal or coronal. For sagittal, you can do mid-sagittal is only down the middle, if that makes sense. Parasagittal would be like if I cut over here or I cut over here. That's parasagittal, so away from the midline. And that's it for sagittal.